Guys, so today we're going to take what we did yesterday and just kind of expand on it. Literally, we're going to make it bigger. So I would suggest you go back and do yesterday's. You don't have to. You might be able to pick up on what we're doing today, just starting today. But if you still owe me the assignment, go do that one first and then come back to this one. So what we're going to do is take a polynomial, something that looks like 7x to the 6th, yada, 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 and we're going to divide that by 7x to the 4th. So just a real quick reminder, our rule when we divide terms with exponents, so if we had something like x to the 9th and we divided that by x to the 4th, the rule, the shortcut we talked about yesterday said basically just subtract your exponents. So 9 minus 4 would be 5. Your new term should have an exponent of a 5 on it. Coefficients, the big numbers out front, divide those just like normal, and then kind of follow that rule with the exponents on your variable portions. So I'm going to take this big trinomial here, and I'm going to divide it by 7x to the 4th. Just for the sake of argument here and what's literally happening, I'm going to take each term in the numerator and divide it by 7x to the 4th. So just to kind of illustrate that, I'm going to write that 7x to the 4th under each term, just to kind of show you what's going on a little bit better. So each term in the numerator divided by the same thing from the denominator. So 7 divided by 7 is 1, and that's going to leave me an x squared. 6 minus 4, that's where I got the 2 there. Negative 35 divided by 7 is negative 5, and then subtract your exponents on your x's. So that is an x to the first power. Please don't put a 1 in there. I think it looks sloppy. And then the last term here, negative 14 divided by 7 is negative 2. And then when I subtract my exponents, I'm left with no x term because it's x to the 0 power, which, if you remember from earlier, is just 1. So I don't even need that in there. Okay, that's the gist of it. Some of you might get it from there if you really caught on to what we were doing yesterday and you can kind of run with it. I'm going to do a couple more examples just to kind of beat it in a little bit. So each of these is going to get divided by 3n to the 3rd. So that's going to leave me 2n squared, and then plus 9n, and then the last term is just an 8. Okay. Again, 6x to the 4th divided out of each term. So that's going to leave me a 3x squared minus 4x and minus 1 on the end. Everything over here cancels out, but since we're dividing, it's going to be left as a 1. So that's it. You might see some of these with multiple variables in it. Don't let that really throw you off. Just one little piece at a time. So I'm going to divide each of these by 5x to the 5th y squared, 5x to the 5th y squared. So when I divide, I'm left with 5y to the 3rd minus 3y plus 4 plus 4. On your homework, I don't care if you type these into the Google Doc or if you just write them out on an extra sheet of paper, take a picture and turn it in. Please don't just email me your pictures. Take a picture and turn it in through Google Classroom so I have it there in my gradebook. It just makes it a little bit easier for me than having to flip back and forth. Spring break's coming up. Next Friday, there is no remote learning scheduled. So basically, you've got until next Thursday, and that's the end of the quarter, guys.